right. Let's look into this laptop, eh? So we're back. Time's gotten away from me a little bit. I think last proper video was pre-Japan. So that was, let's check the time. Good 5 months, 6 months ago. Definitely kind of dropped the ball with the lead into Japan, which is not ideal, but also I was so busy doing Japan well and putting the time and effort into the training and everything that this kind of just fell off the table. But we're back. We're going to try a little bit more this year. See how we go. I don't know how we're already in March, but we are well and truly into the swing of March, and there's only about 4 weeks left until Nationals, which is early to mid-April. There's been a lot going on. There's a lot happening, so hopefully we can update and check in over the last 3 months of what's been going on training-wise, frisbee-wise, and yeah, just there's been a heck of a lot going on. I mean, we started the year strong. First day of the year, playing some disc golf. Unfortunately, I don't really have the score on me, but I do know I hit a few pars, even a couple of birdies, I believe it is, all with an Ultra Star. So I was pleasantly surprised with my essentially pulling ability with the disc. Yeah, it was nice to see that my training had been paying off. I might not have won. There might have been a few people that were better than me, and a few people that might have even had an actual disc golf disc, which, mind you, always helpful. And then after that, just been working away. A lot of strength work in the gym, a lot of conditioning work on and off the field. Got a wonderful under-20s player by the name of Quinn. A little shout out to you, Quinn. He inspired me with his under-20s training and even his semi-triathlon training to get on the bike more. So I was doing a lot more stationary bike work, getting some kind of easy zone 2 training in there to kind of supplement the running that I was doing, because I can't just run every day. So you've got to try and kind of find that balance. So it's nice to do some off-feet conditioning. Spent a heck of a lot of time strength training, got a couple PBs.
Hey.
All whilst kind of navigating the open season. I actually wasn't even meant to be playing the open season this year, just meant to be on the leadership team and kind of helping run the season. But we were looking a little thin on numbers, so I got the call up and I was like, all right, look, I reckon we can make this work. So yeah, that's all been the training, has been heading towards the Nats, working towards that. One thing I've got to say that's actually been going really well for me in the last few months is my running. Had some ups and downs in there. There's been some good high highs and some low lows. Running has never been my strong suit long term. And for me as an athlete, that is, it's just one of those big things that I think back and I wish I had done sooner. Than my injuries that would come at tournaments is because I'm just not running enough in preparation. And so when it comes to tournaments, the amount of running I have to do is significantly higher than what anything I've done in training. And so I ended up getting injured. I can only really blame myself, but in hindsight, thinking about what I should have been doing and what I am now doing and wish I was doing, it's, you know, you can't help get annoyed at yourself. And so I just have this deep regret of not having started regular running sooner. Like, how can I have been so adamant that strength work was enough and I was going to get fit enough just from playing? Like, I need to do direct running training. I've in previous seasons tried to make that more of a priority, and that's kind of ebbed and flowed. And so this season, I really tried to think about, okay, if I was training someone else, what would I get them to do? And am I practicing what I preach as an exercise scientist? Am I doing what is essential to be able to play at the level I want to play at a national level? In all ways of measuring it, no, I wasn't running enough. Mind you, I've also got a running injury with my tib post, or like issue with my tib post, that I've been kind of navigating for the last 2 years. Again, because I would go from doing no running into all the running at a tournament. I also feel like I can't get too annoyed at myself because I just thought I was doing what was best. But then I swing back to, I should have just hired a trainer. I should have gotten someone to tell me what to do instead of thinking I knew what I was doing. And like, I'm trying to be kind to myself, but like, it's hard to not think about all the years and gains that I could have had. I am really not that fit. Like, sure, I'm okay, but comparatively to where high level athletes are, I'm not that fit. In order to get to where I want to be, to perform at a high level, I've got a hell of a long way of catching up to do. And I already felt that in my frisbee knowledge and my skills on the field, but now it's like physical abilities, skill, and game IQ, they're all behind. And so I feel like I'm always in this perpetual catch-up game, meaning that I can't take time off. And then it kind of plays on my mental a lot, because I can't take time off even if I'm burnt out, but I know taking time off is going to be really beneficial in the long run. I don't know, there's a hell of a lot going on in my mind. And all that to say, very much all that to say. I have been running regularly since November, December last year, very, very incrementally increasing the distance from like honestly a kilometer in a week up to where I'm doing about 5, 6-ish, maybe even up to 7 kilometers in a week. As much as I get really frustrated with my previous self, I'm very thankful that I've been consistent and keeping myself accountable with doing my running, and it's already paying off. And even if I'm behind, it's nice to know that I've at least started the ball rolling to get to where I want to be a lot more efficiently and realistically. And I'm really happy with that and proud of myself. What else? I don't even know. We had regionals. Regionals was mid-February, so like literally a month ago today. Now one more. One more for me. Hey yo! Yeah, I was really confident going in. Safe to say that kind of didn't really work out the way it wanted to, or I wanted it to. Versing Mammoth and then versing Extinction, we kind of got rolled a little bit. I think that comes back to us as leadership on how we approach the event, and even my own mentality of thinking, I've been performing really well here, like Tuesday nights at training. So look, I'll probably be able to get into the groove, and I thinking I'll be able to crush it. And it's not that I played badly. I just know that I wasn't in my flow state and I wasn't where I wanted to be. I was so in my head about how I was playing. I had to be conscious of being a captain or co-captain, what it means for other people if I'm in leadership on the team and my responsibilities there. And that takes up a lot of RAM in my head, basically, leaving not much to my own play and pulling myself out of my body and into my brain, meaning I can't get into that flow state. And not my favorite few games of Frisbee, mind you, but it also wasn't my least favourite. So unfortunately we lost both games, which means we're going to Div 2, which I don't think the team was entirely prepared for, particularly after their performance at Newcastle Cup a few months prior. It was a great learning opportunity, mind you. We also made the day after regionals into a training day. We got to hang out, have a bit of fun, do some practicing, training, have a barbecue together and just chill out, which was nice. I mean, with weather like this all weekend, just what do you expect, right? Love it. It's just beautiful. Beautiful Brisbane weather. I know it's not visible, but I sure feel like the smell is visible. I left my cleats in the back of the car for the last few hours while we were having our social, and there's definitely a stench. Eek. Soggy clothes. Nice hat reversible. Lovely socks. And the wonderful stinky cleats, which are somewhere right near the air intake somewhere in here. Who knows, but delicious. That's just going to be a fun one to dry out. So that was a great way to spend the day. And then in the last month, it's just been, again, continuing in the gym, trying to keep my running consistent. A few more ups and downs with my running. Been really diligent after doing some PD on intervals and MAS, like maximum aerobic speed intervals. So that's been helping a hell of a lot. I guess that leads us to now. 4 weeks out from nationals. I've got a few weeks worth of training, running and everything to do. Taking a bit of a loose deload this week. I've been feeling like my training hasn't been progressing and if anything going backwards. So I'm like, okay, need to take some time off, ease things up a little bit, give myself some time to recover physically, mentally, so I can nail the last few weeks before nationals and make sure I'm entering into that strong and prepared and not kind of on the back foot. So that's kind of been the last 3 months. I mean, that's a lot of word vomit from me, but it's been a lot. It's been a big 3 months. I seriously cannot believe it is end of March nearly already. So I'm going to go do some throwing now. Otherwise, I'm going to run out of time before I head out on a date with my wife. Thanks for joining me. It's always a pleasure. Catch you on the next one. Hopefully, there'll be maybe a post-Nats recap in a month. We'll see how we go. Depends on how busy I am and what my mental capacity is to juggle all these balls. So thank you very much for joining me. Have a good one. Take care.